One day a hunter ventured deep into a dense forest. The air was thick with the scent of earth and the sound of birdsong. As he walked beneath the tall trees, his eyes caught sight of a parrot's nest perched high above. With curiosity and the hunger of habit, he climbed the tree and reached into the nest, pulling out two tiny parrots, young and helpless. But as he descended, one of the little birds slipped from his hand. By some strange grace, the parrot fell not into danger, but at the feet of a wandering sage. The old man, calm as the forest itself, lifted the trembling bird with gentle hands. And while the hunter walked away with one parrot, the other began a new life, not in a cage, but in a sanctuary of peace. Time passed. The hunter raised his parrot behind bars. It listened to angry shouts, harsh words, and the clanging of weapons. It learned the language of fear and aggression, because that was the world it knew. Meanwhile, the sage nurtured the fallen parrot in his quiet hermitage. It heard hymns, silence, and words soaked in kindness. It grew under the light of wisdom and spoke the language of peace. Years later, the king of that land went hunting through the same forest. As he neared the hunter's hut, he heard a shriek from within. "People are coming on horses," cried the parrot. "Catch them, beat them, kill them." Shocked by the hostility, the king turned away. He continued his journey until he reached the sage's hermitage. There from the trees, a gentle voice greeted him. "Welcome, noble king. Please enter and rest. You will be cared for." Startled, the king said, "I met another parrot today. It looked just like you, but it spoke so cruelly. How can two of the same kind speak such different words?" And the parrot replied, "That parrot is my brother, but he was raised by the hunter. I was raised by the sage. What we learn is shaped by the world we live in." The king stood silent. The forest around him hushed. In the words of a parrot, he had found a truth deeper than any royal wisdom. Dear listener, we often forget. It is not just who we are, but where we grow that shapes us. Kindness is taught. Hatred is learned. A soul like a seed becomes what its soil allows. So be mindful of the world you create, for your children, your friends, even strangers. Because sometimes the gentlest lessons come from the smallest voices. The world is a mirror, and we are its reflection. Choose the environment you create, for yourself, for others, and sometimes a parrot can teach a king.